I can't believe how consistent 2023 has been with quality mobile releases. And these new games that I'm about to share with you are no exception. Don't forget to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment down below any new games you're playing. And let's get right into it. One of the first games we're going to talk about is Be A Landlord. Now this is a roguelike deck builder of the purest form, where it is a slot machine and you have to draft certain symbols to put on that slot machine. And depending on what symbols pop up every time you spin it, you will get money. And that is how you pay your landlord. And eventually, the landlord keeps on raising your rent higher and higher. So you need to be more picky and choosy with what symbols you put on the slot machine. It sounds super silly and honestly not that fun whenever you first hear about it. But man, once you get your hands on the game and you get a feel for it, this is one of the most addicting games you can play, especially on mobile. It feels made for the platform. And man, does it feel good in portrait mode. Definitely check it out. The next new game I want to share with you all is Roto Force. Now this is an action shoot 'em up game where you rotate around the edges of the playfield and then you shoot enemies, and you can also slingshot yourself kind of in a Dandara way if you're familiar with that game. And all of these mechanics blended together really provide a fun and action-packed experience from beginning to end. And I really like the Mega Man influences, especially with the level selection and bosses. I've really enjoyed this one, and the pixel art and the soundtrack and everything is just so polished. And I think the rotational aspect especially sets it apart and gives it a unique feeling all of its own. So if you're looking for an action-packed shoot 'em up game, you need to get your hands on this one. The third new game I want to talk about is Geo Gods. Now this is a solitaire-like game where you place gods of various elements and abilities on the board in order to maximize the amount of points that they can obtain. And you're trying to achieve the highest score possible before the game is done. And you do this by placing them strategically on the board and playing off of those aforementioned abilities in order to do so. You're managing all kinds of resources at the same time and achieving certain goals in order to get bonus points at the end of each game. There is so much depth here, and there's a lot less luck than you see in other solitaire-like games. I've really enjoyed this one. As far as single-player card games go, this is one of the most imaginative ones I've played in recent memory, so definitely give it a try. The next new game I want to share is Snowbreak. Now this is a third-person shooter with a lot of RPG elements thrown in. Now there's single-player campaigns, there's multiplayer, and a ton of stuff to grind for. And obviously you can see that the gameplay is action-packed, and holy crap is this game polished and beautiful. And it's refreshing to play a hero collector that actually has some really beefy gameplay to back it up instead of just a bunch of autoplay garbage. I've really enjoyed this one, and I can see myself playing it long term, especially if the end game is good for free-to-play players. So I think this one is at least worth a try for the first hour or two to know whether or not you will like it for the long haul. But so far, it's checked all of the boxes. The last new game I want to share is a bit more on the simple side, and it is Void. Now it is a one-touch platformer with a really cool rotational mechanic where all of the new platforms appear on the right side and everything rotates clockwise. And it's kind of funky when you first get your hands on the game, but you get used to it quick and it feels pretty intuitive. And as I said, it's really simple. You're just trying to last as long as possible, and your high score is tallied up by the amount of time that you survive. And I do like the visuals. Everything is clean, it's satisfying, and it's always good to have a simple game to play in between other games or when you just have a tiny bit of time, and this really fits the spot. Alright guys, those were 5 amazing new games that I've been playing lately. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like, pop a sub, and comment down below any other new games you may be playing. I'm curious to know, and I appreciate you watching to the end of the video. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.